Calvin Castine at Northeastern Clinton Central School. It's one of those beautiful mid-70 days in the North Country. Relatively low humidity. And we're here at Northeastern Clinton, beautiful downtown Champlain, for CVAC High School baseball. Paul Lemoy humping behind the plate. Bobby McConey officiating on the bases. Dustin Hemingway on the pitching rubber. It was a hectic day. I had a lot of things to get done and a lot of chasing around to do, and I was going to capture the batting averages out of the Press Republican today, and didn't think of it until I got here. Andrew Baird is at the plate, leading off for the Lake Placid Blue Bombers. It's the 18th day of May, 2010. It's hit to left field. It's a base hit. A leadoff single for Baird. Baird is the pitcher for the Bombers. Here's Chris Orsi, the third baseman, throw to first. For the Cougars, we have Hemingway pitching. Behind the plate, it's Brett Bosley. First base, it's Casey Manor. Here's a attempted steal. He's going to be in safe. The ball will go into short center field. First base, Manor. Second base is Dalton Castine. At shortstop, it's Jamie Davison. Robbie Armstrong is at third base. Outfield, Logan Miller. Randy Grimshaw and Brandon Lemire going from left to right. The non-starters include Matt Letourneau, Justin DiOrio, Brandon Spooner, and Dan Mannion. There's a bunt. This will advance the runner. If it stays fair, if you're going to let it go, it's going to stop right on the line. A seeing eye bunt, and by the time they were able to get to it, Orsi had beat it out, so they had a little chase, but to watch it and hope it went foul. But it didn't, so you got runners at the corners, nobody out. And Frank Buzakalupa, one of the names that we've always murder every time we see this young man, but we try our best. Swings at the first pitch. It's a high one. Throw to second, and they got him. They got him. I'll just aim in the camera and hoping I had the second base in the picture there. So stolen the base attempt by Orsi, and we have the first out. And Buzakalupa trying to protect the runners. Swung at one out of the strike zone. There's ball 1-1-1. Cougars have a concert later on today, so I'm sure some of these people, like Bosley, are involved. There's a fire to the plate. Bosley's going to not get the ball in time, just barely beating it out. Good attempt there by Grimshaw. So it'll be a sacrifice fly for Buzakalupa. And he'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Brady Perkins. Or Brody Perkins. Sometimes we go a whole season without seeing certain umpires. I think it's about the third time we've seen Paul Lemoy and Bobby McConey. Not that they're a team, but we've seen each of them 3 times in different games. Foul tipped, hung on to. Hemingway ahead 1-2. 2 outs, 1 run in. That's ball 2. This is also school budget vote day here in New York State. Tried to hold up. That's strike 3. And after 1/2 inning, it's Lake Placid 1. And the Cougars coming to bat here on viewer-supported hometown cable. You may hear a gunshot once in a while and wonder if we're near a target range, but there's a track meet going on. It started at 3:45. Our original intent was to cover the track meet, but the Cougar numbers are way down. And in a track meet earlier this week, there were far too many uncontested races going on. I think we're seeing one right now. It's like only the visiting team is running. I think it's Peru that's here today. It looks like it's only the visiting team that's running. Numbers are down, but Coach Aaron Robertson told me that the modified numbers are real good, and they're expecting this to be just a short blip in the overall scheme of things as far as track at Northeastern Clinton Central. You are watching viewer-supported local television, hometown cable, whether you're watching this on the internet or on your local cable system. We just got a contribution yesterday from a viewer in Florida. Through email, through a PayPal. Logan Miller, his grandfather says not to take his picture, so I won't take his picture. I'll just take some video of him. He's going to lead off. It's about 800 while I'm here, but he's hitting about half of that overall. I think he's hitting in the 400s, but not exactly sure where. Ooh, strike called. That's ball. Randy on that batter here, Randy Grimshaw, not helping out. Brandon Lemire is on deck here. That's a blow for ball. Jerry Davison, the coach for the Cougars. I believe it's Brian Brandeis for the Bombers. That's ball 4, so Miller walks to lead it off. Pitching is Andrew Baird. J.P. Morrison is the catcher. Brady Perkins at first base. Here's right fielder Brandon Lemire for the Cougars. At second base, it's Ryan Myers. Shortstop, Frank Buzzacalupa. Chris Orsi's at third base. Will Tennant in left. There's our pitch. Nope, fired. They picked him off. He had me fooled. Safe. Miller somehow evades the tag. Had me fooled. I thought he was coming to the plate. And Baird fired to first. See, Tennant's in left. Center field is Skylar Cummins, and there's another gunshot. Ryan Myers. No, excuse me. Darrell Breyer is in right field. So potential tying run is in scoring position. Jacob Daniels is the only non-starter listed for the Bombers. Reaches for it. Get the ball. And tagging and going to third is Miller. So Lemire pops up, but he advances the runner as Orsi makes the catch and fires to third. One out, and Jamie Davison the batter. It's popped up. Fair territory. Third baseman Orsi, 2 down. Oh, Miller's still at third base, and Brett Bosley, the cleanup batter, steps to the plate. 2 outs. Tying run at third base. Bottom half of the first, and a 1-0 ball game. That's low. strike. 3-1 to count. Chopped foul. That'll make it a full count. And the payoff. Strike 3 out of the strike zone. It was in the dirt. So they'll force a throw. They'll get the out. Nothing across for the Cougars. It's 1-0 Lake Placid after one full here on viewer supported hometown cable. Skylar Cummins, the center fielder at the plate, leading off the top half of the second, takes a strike. 1-0 Lake Placid, May 18th, 2010. That's chopped to short. Davison comes up, fires low, and it's going to go out of play. They'll bring up Will Tennant. Had one of those in-between hops that ended up with the ball playing Davison rather than him playing the ball because of that in-between hop. And he tried to make it a perfect throw instead of just coming up and firing it. And a little wide, Manor's got to make sure he stops the ball. Give him a base instead of 2. Far too often the first baseman thinks his first chore is to keep contact with first base. But on a wild throw or off throw, his first duty is to catch the ball. 3-1 pitch from Hemingway. Ball 4. So that'll put runners at first and second. But nobody out. There's catcher J.P. Morrison. That's a little chin-high pitch. Hemingway seems to be consistently in that area. It looked like that was behind him. And Coach Davison's going to come out and have a chat. Meanwhile, at the track meet, looks like the hurdles, Mallory Honan, I think. Not sure who the other Cougar is. Looks like the visiting team doesn't have a team this time. Ooh, hit him. So that loads the bases. There's Darryl Breyer. Bases full, nobody out. One ball, one strike. Strike 2. Go to third. And a run will score. He's out. So they get the out after a run scores. Second, that's first out. Runner at second. Line shot right to Davison. Fires to second. Good effort, good try, but runner Morrison was alert and got back. A good catch there by Davison at short. 2 down, and Ryan Myers, the second baseman, at the plate. Top of the order on deck. He swings and misses. Strike 1. Two. And firing from second base to Castine, Bosley picks off Morrison. Heck of a job there by Brett Bosley. It took us completely by surprise. So a run for the Bombers. Myers will be up when they come to bat in the third. Right now, after an inning and a half, it's 2-0 Lake Placid. Here's Randy Grimshaw swinging at the first offering, hitting it out of play. Strike 1. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Lake Placid. Well hit ball by Grimshaw, but it is caught. A well hit ball. But the center fielder Cummins played it perfectly, and we have 1 out. Using my faulty memory, I almost think that Grimshaw was the leading hitter listed in the CVAC listed in the paper today, hitting somewhere around 600 or so. I can't. Wish I'd hadn't been so rushed. I could have brought that information with me. Here's Rob Armstrong. 1 out in the bottom of the second. Strike. That's high. Pitch. Hit up the middle. Going to be close. And he beats it out. Armstrong beats it out. And an infield hit. I got first baseman Casey Manor. That is very well hit. That is very well hit and tracked down. Jerry Davison screaming at the top of his lungs. Go back, he caught it. What a heck of a nice catch there by Cummins to take an extra base hit away from Manor and turn it into a double play. I don't blame Armstrong. I'd have been going as fast as I could too, but that looked like a sure extra base hit. He was looking to score. It remains 2-0 Bombers. We're heading for the third inning here on viewer-supported hometown cable. We got Ryan Myers at the plate again. He was at the plate when the second inning ended. There we go. Manor made sure he caught that one. Then he came down and tagged the bag. Did a good job. A high throw from way in the corner by Rob Armstrong. That was a well-hit ball by Myers. Here's Andrew Baird, the pitcher. Strike one, he goes fishing. Strike two. Pretty good turnout today for the Cougars. That's a base hit. Another lefty hitter. This is Chris Orsi, the third baseman. 2-0 Bombers. They've scored one in each of the first 2 innings. Reaches for it. It could be. Yes, it is. Just enough aluminum on there to get it out of the infield. That's what. That was just a little bit of one-handed getting the contact on the ball, getting contact with the ball, and just enough to get it out of the infield. So. Base hit for Orsi, Frank Buzzacaloopa at the plate. First and second with 1 down. High.
Yeah, we're just going to get going for harmony.
That's on the ground. They're going to have to go for second. No, couldn't get. You got him. Yeah, he's safe at the plate. So they get their run. 3-0. Cleanup man Brody Brody Perkins. Two outs, man at first, 3-0 to score. That's fouled. Out of play. Hit to the left side and through. That'll be first and second. Fleet-footed Skylar Cummins is covering some ground out there in center field. At the plate. Chopped to Davison. Goes to second. It's the force. A run for the Bombers. One per inning. 3-0 after 2.5. We're going to the bottom of the third here on viewer-supported hometown cable. There's Dustin Hemingway. First pitch to him is strike one. Bottom of the third with Lake Placid leading it 3-0. Strike two called. That little light, see if the focus will come in quicker. Up to second. Throw to first in time. Good play by the second baseman Myers. Over to Perkins for the out. Gets us to the second baseman Dalton Castine. Lefty delivers. Strike. Base hit up the middle. Castine will make it to first. Left fielder Logan Miller was stranded at third his first time up in the game. Watches ball one. Castine goes to second. Low. Strike. Up the middle, base hit. This would possibly score Castine. If they let it go through, they have it out at second though. Ball's dropped. Ball was dropped. Tag was there, but the ball was dropped. They let it go through on the relay. I think the relay took just enough time that Castine was able to beat it out. Brendan Lemire representing the potential tying run at the plate with one out. And Miller at second takes a strike. No, a ball. Hit to the right side, advances the runner. That's the second out. You want your outs to advance runners, if nothing else. Here's Jamie Davison, the shortstop. That was ball one. 2-0 the count. Swings the 2-0 pitch, fouls it off. A young kid running across the deep outfield. Balls go there sometimes. That mother shouldn't be letting that little kid go out there. That's the third out. And that's the inning. It's a 3-1 contest as we head for the fourth. Our young interlopers have finally got off the in-play area. We have a foul ball starting the fourth inning in this 3-1 ball game. It's Will Tennant at the plate. Kid is back. This you got to get those kids under control here. That is definitely within play. That is definitely within play, and he's ready. He's ready for the big leagues, I think. He knows where mommy is, and he's got nothing. He's got nothing to do with her. Got nothing to do with her. That is definitely an area where the ball can be hit, so you may feel safe out there, but you're not. Strike three, looking. Oh, Tennant goes down looking. J.P. Morrison. Fouled off. Hemingway delivers. That one just missed. Strike two. Two. Full count. And a payoff. High fly ball. Davison says he's got it. Ooh, kind of nonchalanted that one. 2 outs. Now we got Darryl Breyer at the plate. That's hit sharply to second. Castine up with it. Over to Manor. And for the first time in a ball game, the Bombers are scoreless. They didn't score their usual run. 3-0 halfway through it. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. Lake Placid leading Northeastern. The track meet must be wrapping up. It looks like one of the long races is going on. They're usually at the end of the meet.
All right, Brett, let's go, kid. Come on, Brett.
Catcher Brett Bosley will lead off the Cougar half of the fourth inning. Team down 3-1. He drops it into left field. He's thinking 2, but he'd better think 1 in a hurry here. Ready to go if the ball gotten away. We got Randy Grimshaw. 3-1 score. Potential tying run at the plate. Nobody out. Ball gets away. That'll send Bosley to second. In the dirt. Nice stop. Sort of. Strike called. In the dirt. Ball 4. Grimshaw walks to be first and second. And we got Rob Armstrong up. Potential tying run is on board, so he's the potential go-ahead run. Fouls off the first pitch, strike 1.
Come on, Robbie. Come on now, Rob. Let's go now, Rob. Come on now, kid. Come on, Rob. Let's go, kid.
Protecting that plate, hits it to second. And he's going to beat it out. In E4, second baseman knocked it down. He is trying to hustle to pick it up, but couldn't get a handle. So the bags are full. Nobody's out, and Casey Manor going to step in.
Make sure it's a good pitch, Case. Wait for yours.
I wonder if he's ever heard that poem, Mighty Casey at Bat. Strike 1. Will there be joy in Mudville tonight? Strike 2. Nobody out, bags full, 0-2 pitch. Ball. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. 1 down. Dustin Hemingway can help his cause. Fouls it off. Tying run at second. Go ahead, run at first base. 1-1 to count. 1 out. Ball 2. Ball 3. The hitter's pitch. A 3-1 count. The base is full. High fly ball. Drops in. It's a base hit. Armstrong barely beating it in there. He wasn't going to end up at third base this time with he wasn't far enough that time though. You got to be a little closer. So it's 3-2. Potential tying runs at third. Go ahead, run at second. And Hemingway with a base hit at first. Here's Dalton Castine. It hits it to left field. It is dropped. It is dropped. It's thrown out of play. Thrown out of play. Where were the runners when the ball was released? I would almost think that Castine had first base and should have gotten third. Dropped in. Second and third at least here. Okay, after a conference, we are set. Top of the order is up. Here's Logan Miller. And Miller is going to drive a ball into shallow right field. That's going to score two ribbies for Logan Miller, who always hits well when I'm here at home on Northeastern. He's hitting about 800-900 on hometown cable. I'll add up the runs when the inning is over. Here's Brandon Lemire. And looking back at that overthrow earlier, I would think that is still on base for Miller. That if Castine had been entitled to third, he couldn't be awarded third because Manor was holding up, thinking the ball was caught. So he hadn't reached second yet, so he was entitled to third. So you can't have two people on third, and you can't use the a runner to advance somebody else an extra base. The lead runner is entitled to 2 bases, then you have to go backwards from there. So on a point of release, you get 2 bases from where you were at that point. So Manor had not reached second, so he was only entitled to third. You get second and third. Castine, who probably had reached first, would also, under ordinary circumstances, have been entitled to third, but he can't go to third because that's where Manor was awarded. Fouled. This is our 7th batter. I think we have 1 out. So I think we've got 4 in for the Cougars. Base hit is going to score, and the ball is going to go out of play, and he'll get third base. So Lemire will get third because he had first base on the throw. And the throw was made, so he gets third base. Miller scores. I think it's now 5 in this inning to make it 6-3 in the 4th. Checking my roster score sheet here. This is the 9th batter of the inning. If we have 1 out, we have 6 runs this inning, which would make it 7-3. So if we have 1 out, we have 1 on, 1 at the plate, 9th batter. That leaves 6 other fellas. So those 6 would have scored, and that's if there's 1 out. If there's 2 outs, then we have 5 runs in. That's hit through the right side. Base hit for Davison, who is coasting here. He's just coasting here. Now Brett Bosley. Another run in for the Cougars. Bosley let off the inning. Ooh, bounced up and hit him right in the eye. Got him right under the helmet, hit him right in the eye. We are back after at least a half-hour delay. That ball popped up, and I thought maybe it got Bosley in the eye, but it apparently came up, and it looks like it was a broken nose. He was bleeding profusely, and ambulance called. So we've had, I would say, at least a half-hour delay here, not longer. We got runners at first and second now. Matt Letourneau has come in to replace Bosley, who was awarded first. He is around the tag, says Bobby McConey. It looked like they might have had him from my angle, but Bobby McConey says otherwise. And Letourneau barely getting back in time. This is Randy Grimshaw at the plate for the Cougars. Chops it. It's a fair ball. They get the out on the force. So the third baseman Orsi going to Buzza-Kalupa covering. So that's 2 down. Grimshaw reaches on the fielder's choice. And Rob Armstrong steps in. He is the 12th batter of the inning. 12 batters, 7 runs in, 8-3 Cougars in the 4th. Strike called. Foul ball. Comebacker. Over to first for the out. Our pitcher is Will Tennant. Will Tennant came in to pitch after the injury. So 12 batters, 2 left, 3 outs, 7 runs across, 8-3 Cougars after 4 full on Hometown Cable. Top half of the fifth, we double checked our camera just to know in our own mind how much time it took. It was 22 minutes between pitches by the time Bosley was hit, and the game was able to continue. That was Ryan Myers popping up. And this is top of the order, Andrew Baird, swings and misses. Matt Letourneau now behind the plate. Spooner has come in for him. He's at second. Castine might have moved somewhere else. Comebacker to Hemingway, goes to Manor for the out, 2 down. So Spooner is in. Letourneau is in. Not sure if Spooner came in for Castine. Looks like he might have. Letourneau in for Bosley. And we've got Chris Orsi at the plate. And Letourneau's father, Dan, was here. And of course, he's an EMT in Rouse's Point. So. Hit to short. The first. Davison to Manor. Well, it's nice having people like Dan Letourneau around when there's an emergency like that. Following in his father's footsteps, Leo Letourneau certainly did a lot of emergency work over the years and taught a lot of people over those years too. We're going to the bottom of the fifth, 8-3 Cougars. Scorebooks say it's 7-3, so not being the argumentative type, I'm not going to argue with him. Casey Manor is going to lead off the bottom half of the fifth. May 18th, 2010. Bosley gave the thumbs up when he was being driven off on the gurney and being pushed to the ambulance. Gave a thumbs up, so that was a good sign for everybody. Manor delivers a hard shot to the right side of the infield for a base hit. Leadoff single. There's Dustin Hemingway. Pops it up over our head. Foul ball. Manor dancing around at first. On the ground. It's through. Hemingway heading for second. And we're watching him. The throw is going to third. And Manor is in, safe at third base. Here's Brandon Spooner, who's he's in for Castine. Yep. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. Hit through the left side. That's a base hit. That's going to score a run. Hemingway will stop at third. Manor scores. RBI single for Spooner. Now it's the top of the order, and Logan Miller at the plate. Runners at the corners. Still nobody out. Tennant delivers. And Spooner goes to second. Hit to second, Should get the run in. Hemingway diving. He ate about a pound of dirt and grabs a catcher's mask. Oops, that's yours. I'm looking for my helmet. So he's going to carry home some cougar clay. Brandon Lemire up now. 1 out. Spooner at third base. 2 runs in this inning, so it's 9-3 Cougars. One pitch, chopped to short. It is booted. Safe at first. He legged it out. Lemire reaches. Jamie Davison, the batter. Throw to second. Stolen base for Lemire. Out of play. 1-1 pitch. Oh, first baseman grabs. No advance. 2 down. Matt Letourneau will step in up for the first time. Pop up. Popped up. Third baseman is calling for it. One hands it. Well, it's grabbed by Orsi. And we're going to the 6th inning. Cougars leading the Bombers. Shortstop Frank Buzzacalupo is at the plate, leading off the top half of the 6th. Hemingway's pitch is low. The buses from the track meet are leaving. Is 9-3. Oh, foul ball. 9-3 Cougars. A line shot, that's a out. And Lemire hauls it in, 1 down. First baseman Brody Perkins. That was high. 1 out in the top of the 6th. It's popped up. Armstrong grabs. 2 outs. I think that's Mannion at third now. Here's Skylar Cummins. Looks at a strike. Strike. Hit to third. Mannion over to Manor. 3 up, 3 down. It's 9-3 Cougars after 5.5. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Justin Diorio is going to lead off. He's apparently hitting for Grimshaw. Strike 1. Bottom of the 6th. This could be the last go-round for the Cougars with the 9-3 lead. Comebacker to Tennant. Slow pitches it over to first. One down. Here's the new third baseman, Dan Mannion. Strike two. Now the 0-2 pitch. Oh, a no-look pickup at short. In time at first. The shortstop Buzzakalupa stuck his glove out there and the ball was in it. A no-look play. He gets Mannion, out number 2. And we got Casey Manor at the plate. Strike one. Strike. Popped up.
Let's go, Casey. Go on, 1-6. Coming next, kid. Go on, man. Let's go.
2-2.
Let's go, 1-6. Come on now. Little poke now, kid.
Full count.
Go on, 1-6. Let's go now, kid. Go on now, Casey. Let's go, kid. Go on, 1-6. Little poke now, kid.
Payoff. Foul ball.
Let's go, Manor. Go on now, 1-6.
Base hit for Manor. He's on with a 2-out single. I'll get Dustin Hemingway to the plate. Lake Placid at Northeastern, May 18th, 2010. Out of play. Popped up. 2 down. 2 down. What Dick Manor doing? Has dropped. He's been forced at second. Not aware of the situation. So we go to the 7th inning. The father's giving him heck over there. Going to the 7th. It's 9-3 Cougars.
Come on now, 1-2. There we go.
Will Tennant will lead it off for the Bombers. Takes a strike. Top half of the 7th. Strike 2. Strike 3, protecting the plate. I think you got a piece of it, but Letourneau hung on. 1 out. J.P. Morrison, catcher. Hits it to the left side. Davison's going to have to hurry. Over to Manor. Good stretch by Manor. 2 down. Coach falling asleep here. He forgot that he wanted to give his only sub a chance to the bat. So 2 outs. Jacob Daniels, who's been coaching at first, will step in and without any warm-up at all, try to get something going here with 2 down against Hemingway in the top half of the 7th. Team down by 6. Strike 1. Strike 2. Very tentative. Hemingway ahead 0-2 on the count. Winds and delivers in tight. Foul back. Foul ball. Hemingway winds, delivers to Daniels. Foul ball. Strike three looking. Well, that's the ball game. A 9-3 victory for Northeastern Clinton. They defeat the visiting Lake Placid Blue Bombers. And that's the way it was on this 18th day of May 2010. Been watching viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. Win, lose, or draw, TV worthy of your support, hometown cable.